Welcome to Daily Celebrity Data. The tennis world was shaken this year by losses no one saw coming. Icons of the court, once unstoppable, have fallen after battles the public never truly knew. Their final curtain reveals heartbreak, resilience, and untold struggles. Stay with us as we uncover the stories left behind. In the classic era of wooden rackets and graceful rallies, Fred Stoll stood out with a calm style that carried him to world number one and to multiple Grand Slam triumphs. Born on October 8, 1938, he became one of Australia's most admired champions. On March 5, 2025, he passed away at age 86 after facing cancer with quiet courage while surrounded by the care of his family. The memory of Angela Mortimer Barrett, lifting the Wimbledon trophy in 1961, continues to evoke pride across British tennis. Born on April 21, 1932, she later entered the Hall of Fame as a figure who helped define a generation of the sport. On August 25, 2025, she departed peacefully at age 93 from natural causes, spending her final days in quiet comfort surrounded by those who cherished her. Few coaches have shaped world tennis as profoundly as Nicky Pilic, born on August 27, 1939, whose guidance helped develop champions long after his own run to the 1973 Roland Garros final. His influence reached far beyond the courts he played on. On September 22, 2025, he passed away at 86 after a sudden heart attack, bringing a calm close to a lifetime devoted to elevating the sport. In a period when Mexico had only a few names on the international tennis map, Yolanda Ramirez emerged as a breakthrough figure. Born on March 1, 1935, she reached the 1959 Roland Garros final and inspired athletes across the country. On March 9, 2025, she passed away at age 90 from natural causes, ending a long, meaningful life that touched generations through both her achievements and her quiet determination. Neil Fraser's record of 19 Grand Slam titles stands as one of the most extraordinary achievements in Australian tennis history. Born on October 3, 1933, he later guided his nation as Davis Cup captain, adding leadership to an already remarkable legacy. On December 2, 2024, he passed away naturally at age 91, closing a life rich in triumphs, mentorship, and decades of devotion to the sport he helped elevate. For many Italian fans, the memory of Lia Pericoli stepping onto the court felt like watching a moment of theatre, her stylish outfits and confident smile setting her apart from everyone else. Born on March 12, 1935, she became both a leading tennis figure and a cultural icon. On October 4, 2024, she passed away at 89 after a period of treatment for uterine cancer, leaving quietly in the warmth and care of her family. In quiet training rooms far from the spotlight, Peter Lundgren shaped the early confidence of players who would later become global stars. Born on January 29, 1965, he guided Roger Federer, Andy Murray, and others with a steady voice and clear vision. His passing on August 27, 2024, at age 59, due to a sudden heart attack, marked the end of a life defined by the success of those he helped rise. During a competitive era of American tennis, Tony Graham carved out his place through persistence and discipline that earned the respect of fellow players. Born on October 29, 1956, he competed with a spirit that reflected the intensity of the time. On May 2, 2023, he passed away at 67 after a period of battling cancer, spending his final days supported closely by those who cared deeply for him. When Julie Ditty-Qualls broke into the world's top 100, fans saw a player whose determination carried her far beyond expectations. Born on January 4, 1979, she reached a career-high ranking of number 89, becoming one of the notable American competitors of her generation. On August 31, 2023, she passed away at 44 after a sudden cardiac-related medical emergency, with her family present during her final moments. Fans of classic doubles tennis often recall the remarkable touch of Owen Davidson, born on October 4, 1943, whose coordination and instincts led him to claim 13 Grand Slam titles. His ability to read the court made him one of Australia's most respected specialists. On May 12, 2023, he passed away at the age of 80 after a period of cancer treatment, leaving quietly under the care of those closest to him. At the famed academy he built from the ground up, Nick Bollettieri shaped champions long before the world knew their names. Born on July 31, 1931, he mentored stars like Agassi, Seles, and Sharapova with a demanding yet transformative coaching style. On December 4, 2022, he passed away at the age of 91 after dealing with ongoing health issues, bringing a gentle close to a life devoted to developing greatness in others. Many in India remember Naresh Kumar standing courtside as Davis Cup captain, his calm leadership guiding players through pressure-filled matches. Born on December 22, 1928, he had earlier built a strong playing career that earned respect across Asia and beyond. On September 14, 2022, he passed away at age 93 from natural causes, ending a long and dignified chapter of dedication to Indian tennis. Only a select few in tennis history have captured all 4 Grand Slam singles titles, and Shirley Fry Irvin, born on June 30, 1927, stands proudly among them. Her consistency and competitive edge defined an era of American tennis. On July 13, 2021, she passed away at age 94 from natural causes, closing a long life marked by excellence and quiet strength. When Manuel Santana lifted the Wimbledon trophy in 1966, Spain witnessed one of its earliest global tennis triumphs. Born on May 10, 1938, he would go on to win 4 Grand Slam singles titles and become a guiding figure for future generations. On December 11, 2021, he passed away at the age of 83 after living with Parkinson's disease, departing gently after years of attentive care. In the background of some of tennis's most iconic matches stood Bob Brett, born on November 13, 1953, whose sharp eye and steady coaching shaped champions like Boris Becker and Goran Ivanišević. His influence stretched far beyond the baseline. On January 5, 2021, he passed away at the age of 67 after a period of cancer treatment, leaving quietly with deep respect from players he once guided. On the courts of India, Akhtar Ali was a familiar presence, guiding young talents with the same passion he once carried as a player. Born on July 5, 1939, he later became a respected Davis Cup coach known for his devotion to the sport's growth. On February 7, 2021, he passed away at the age of 81 after a heart attack, closing a life deeply tied to Indian tennis. When Alex Olmedo captured both Wimbledon and the Australian Open in 1959, he carved his name into tennis history with a brilliance that spanned continents. Born on March 24, 1936 in Peru before representing the United States, he later entered the Hall of Fame with pride. On December 9, 2020, he passed away at age 84 after facing brain cancer, departing peacefully after months of medical care. Dennis Ralston, born on July 27, 1942, once carried the title of the United States' top player, combining strong singles play with 4 Grand Slam doubles victories and later serving as Davis Cup coach. His leadership shaped American tennis through several defining years. On December 6, 2020, he passed away at age 78 due to health complications, leaving with dignity after a long period of medical care. In South Africa's competitive tennis scene, Gordon Forbes earned admiration for his sharp court sense, highlighted by his French Open mixed doubles victory. Born on February 21, 1934, he also became known for his thoughtful reflections on the sport. On December 9, 2020, he passed away at the age of 86 after contracting COVID-19, with his final days spent under careful medical supervision. Many tennis fans remember Angela Buxton most vividly through the remarkable partnership she shared with Althea Gibson, a bond that carried them to the Wimbledon doubles title. Born on August 16, 1934, she stood out in British tennis for her resilience and graceful presence. On August 14, 2020, she passed away at the age of 85 after a cardiac arrest, leaving quietly just 2 days before her birthday. In an era when opportunity was limited, Bob Rylan rose to become the first black professional tennis player, opening doors for generations who followed. Born on June 16, 1920, he spent decades teaching and inspiring countless athletes across the United States. On August 30, 2020, he passed away at the age of 100 from natural causes, closing a century-long life filled with quiet breakthroughs and lasting courage. Growing up in the renowned Evert family, Jeanne Evert Dubin carved out her own path on the professional tour, earning a world ranking and building a career beyond simply being Chris Evert's younger sister. Born on October 5, 1957, she carried a quiet determination that earned respect throughout American tennis. On February 20, 2020, she passed away at age 62 after battling ovarian cancer, with her final days spent closely surrounded by family. Don Candy balanced two tennis lives, first as a skilled competitor and later as a mentor whose guidance strengthened players across Australia. Born on March 31st, 1929, he earned the respect of both peers and students through decades of dedication. On June 14, 2020, he passed away at the age of 91 after enduring a serious illness, leaving softly after a long period of medical care. Ashley Cooper, born on September 15, 1936, reached the height of world tennis as former world number 1 and winner of 4 Grand Slam singles titles, including his memorable 1958 season. His precision and footwork became trademarks of Australian tennis in his era. On May 22, 2020, he passed away at age 83 after a long illness, closing a meaningful life that blended excellence, humility, and years of resilience. In training centres across the United Kingdom, Alan Jones became a steady guiding force, helping shape the discipline and technique of countless young athletes. Born on October 1, 1948, he was known for a patient coaching style that left a quiet but lasting mark on British tennis. On April 8, 2024, he passed away at the age of 76 after facing pancreatic cancer, departing peacefully after months of dedicated medical care. When Peter McNamara lifted the trophies at the Australian Open in 1979 and later at Wimbledon in 1980 and 1982, he became one of Australia's most celebrated doubles champions. Born on July 5, 1955, his athleticism and precision made him a formidable presence on the world stage. On July 20, 2019, he passed away at age 64 after living with prostate cancer, closing his final chapter with dignity and quiet strength. Adrian Bay's tennis story stretched across continents, beginning in Rhodesia and later continuing in the United States, where his competitive spirit remained unchanged. Born on May 16, 1938, he carried his game with a blend of power and adaptability that made him memorable in both regions. On July 2, 2019, he passed away at the age of 81 after battling cancer, with his final days spent under gentle medical supervision. Although Bob Hawke is best known as a former Prime Minister of Australia, many remember the joy he found in tennis, a sport he followed passionately throughout his life. Born on December 9, 1929, he often attended major events, sharing his enthusiasm with players and fans alike. On May 16, 2019, he passed away at the age of 89 from natural causes, concluding a long and full life marked by leadership and a deep affection for the game. Their absence leaves a silence the sport can still feel, yet their legacy continues to echo far beyond the baseline. These athletes gave us glory, grit, and memories that will never fade. If their stories touched you, let their spirit live on through your reflections. Thank you for watching and honoring their journey with us.